everybody, welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus Top 10 list. This is our first Afterbirth Plus Top 10 list, so I figured we'd just do the top 10 new Afterbirth Plus items. Once again, keep in mind this is my personal list. You may completely disagree with me, and that's a-okay. Just let me know in the comments down below why you disagree. I'd love to know. Talk to you guys, discuss some stuff. Also, quick side note, since the console is now in the game, it makes it a lot easier for me to showcase items, so I'm changing up how these look. It's not going to be the same as all the other ones. Let me know if you like this better or not, and we'll just see how that goes. On to the items. Okay, so this one's a little weird. This is my confusion item, and this is, a new category that I've added. This is Eden's Soul. This item falls into a really special category for me because I really struggle to justify putting it into the top 10 or even the honorable mentions. Even though it can be really incredible, it can also just be really bad. So I'm not positive. It's a 12-room charge in order to get 2 items, and then it just goes away. So those 2 items could be great. I don't know. It just confuses me when putting it on a list, so I just threw it right here. Okay, the honorable mentions, here we go. These items are great, but not great enough to enter the top 10, and I think there's more than usual in this list this time, just because I haven't played long enough with the new items to really make a clear list. So first, we got Dogtooth. Dogtooth gives a plus 3.3 damage up, a plus 0.1 speed up, and it allows for secret rooms to be found and crawl spaces to be found with relative ease because of this sound effect that plays. It's a great sound effect. I love every second of it. Contagion is an item that is very similar to mucormycosis in Anti-Birth. I'm not trying to make comparisons, but I'm just saying, everybody, pull your panties away. They're all in an uproar, man. But anyway, this is a great item in Anti-Birth. It works similarly in Afterbirth Plus. I like it a lot. Apple can be incredibly good if you have a very high luck stat, 14 for the max, thank you, as it will fire out razor blades like crazy, and those do 4 times your tier damage, and it also gives a plus 0.4 upgrade to your tier stat, which is a reasonable tier upgrade in this game. Sulfuric acid gives a 0.3 damage up and gives your tiers the ability to possibly destroy rocks and objects in the game, so this is really good for destroying pots, mushrooms, finding secret rooms, and otherwise gaining benefit in a run. It can also destroy those stone grimaces, which are those really annoying, seemingly indestructible stone dudes that fire tears at you, so that's pretty cool as well. Now on to the real list. Potato Peeler. I think it'd be going against any meme if I didn't include the peel into this list. So as a whole, this is still a very good item. The ability to gain an orbital for a heart is good enough to add to the list, but it also gives a plus 0.2 damage upgrade per peel. It allows for infinite Meat Boys with infinite HP, and it also makes getting the damn achievement for getting a Meat Boy very easy. Not that it wasn't made very easy with Lilith, but still allow it to have its moment of honor. Overall, very fun item, great for leftover red hearts you don't want. I like it a lot. Little Horn. Little Horn is one of those items that have gotten early on in a run. It can be incredibly powerful as a room clear. Since the occasional Little Horn tiers are also piercing, they make clearing large numbers of enemies in a room very quickly, since Little Horn tiers auto-kill non-boss enemies. This is another tier effect that scales with luck, so if you can get an early set of luck upgrades, like you do playing as someone like Cain, Little Horn can be a great item in the early game. Lead Pencil. Lead Pencil is an item that honestly carried me for a few runs. Every 15 tears fired, Isaac will fire out a Monstro's Lung style array of tears without charging up the Monstro's Lung shot. This alone is good enough to make it onto the list, but the tears that result from the item also deal double damage. With a high tier rate, this makes the array of tears happen even more often, resulting in more and more damage. It's just really good. It doesn't synergize with a lot of the incredibly overpowered items in the game, but it does synergize with things like 2020, Inner Eye, Mutant Spider, or the Conjoined Transformation, which can be fun. Sinus Infection. I've gone back and forth on this item, but every time I go back to it, I put it higher on this list. After first picking it up, I was like, booger tears? That's kind of nasty, man. But now I'm like, hell yeah, booger tears! Every booger that hits sticks to the enemy like an explosivo shot and deals constant damage equal to Isaac's tier damage for 60 seconds or until the enemy dies. This makes it a great room clearer and as a boss clearer. It does synergize with a lot of items in the game, such as Lost Contact, as the booger will block shots from the enemy, and Proptosis, where the shots that stick to the enemies retain the damage they had at the moment of impact. It's a really good item. Euthanasia. Euthanasia, despite being a disturbing item in its nature, actually hold up. We're playing the Binding of Isaac. Everything in this damn game is disturbing. Euthanasia is great as you gain a chance to fire needle tears, which deal 3 times Isaac's tear damage. So what's so great about this instead of Apple? Well, if the needle tears kill an enemy, it bursts out a Tammy's Head style shot with 10 more tears in all directions. It also belongs to the Syringe collection, which makes it easier to get the Spun transformation, which raises your damage even more. You really can't go wrong with Euthanasia. Eye of Belial. I'm not positive Eye of Belial will be at number 5 on all of your lists, but I love this item. Not only does it grant piercing shots, which is already an amazing benefit in this game, but it also allows the pierced tears to home back on enemies and deal double damage to them. This makes Eye of Belial a great room clearer, as you can knock out many enemies in close quarters very quickly. It reminds me of like a Ludovico technique, which you can't control. Don't ask me why, I love Ludo, thus I love Eye of Belial. Smelter. Smelter, one of the most advertised items for Afterbirth Plus, is truly unique by nature. The ability to grant trinkets abilities onto oneself for the eternity of the run can be incredibly overpowered given certain trinkets. Now, while it can no longer give infinite lives to the lost or infinite free items in the shop, you can still get damage from Curved Horn and Cancer, as well as permanent familiars from trinkets like Isaac's Head, Blue Baby's Soul, and more. It also can be very enjoyable to smelt every worm trinket onto your character, but I'm not positive that's the best for the run as a whole. Void. Smelter's older brother, Void, is easily one of the best spacebar items in the game, as it is, well, every spacebar item in the game. The ability to suck up certain powers from other spacebar items and create one giant spacebar item from hell is incredibly fun and very powerful. The ability to get a lot of HP from smelting Book of Revelations, the Nail, Satanic Bible, getting a 6-charge Mega Blast or Delirious, or having a blank card whenever you need it can be basically a game-winning setup. And also, if you're not looking to suck up spacebar items, you can suck up the crappy passives like Brother Bobby in order to receive a stat increase. Where's the downside? Sucking the Bible, then popping it on Satan. Yeah. Compound Fracture. Nothing splits my bones quite like Compound Fracture. Wow, that was really painful to say. Compound Fracture is basically a better Cricket's Body. It doesn't deplete your range, it still deals half of Isaac's damage when the bones explode, and you fire out dope-ass bones. That's the best part of it. You honestly can't beat that. It also synergizes incredibly with Ludovico technique, which once again I love, as the tears explode into bones over enemies at an alarming rate. It truly breaks a leg out on the stage, goddammit. Jacob's Ladder. I'm sure many of you expected this item to be at the top of the list because frankly, it's too fun of an item to not be there. Jacob's Ladder gives electric tears, which upon hitting anything, release a electric technology style charge around the room. This results in damage being done all over, but also just giving a really awesome looking tear effect. The sparks of electricity, they deal half of Isaac's tear damage, and they can also home and arc around enemies to hit multiple times. It's a really fun item. It synergizes with many items in the game to create some unique scenarios. And did I mention that it just looks so damn cool? The only downside is it can anti-synergize with some items like Multidimensional Baby or Evil Eye, but overall, it's a great experience in Afterbirth Plus. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Let me know what top 10 list you want to see next. Be sure to let me know what you think of my list and where I could improve it down below. I'd also love to talk to you guys and come up with a better list than what I have here. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!